Guys, Samantha here. Today I want to talk about Teddy and what kind of an impact he has on me and his story. And so back in September of 2019, so pretty recent, me and my husband were coming home from the grocery store, and it was late, it was dark, and we see this cat, and he's just kind of chilling out on the front porch. And so I'm like, hold on, let's stop. So I go up, I approach him slowly, and he's very friendly. He let me pet him, and we managed to get him in a carrier. And when we brought him in and kept him separate from our other three cats, because we have three kittens. They're about to be a year old in a few days, so that's exciting. So we kept him separate, and then the next morning, woke up. He wasn't doing well. I could tell his stomach was really upset. He, he had black stuff on his neck. I could tell that was, probably fleas. He was in rough shape. He was underweight. He definitely didn't trust us. So we took him to the vet. We definitely had him microchipped. Try to figure out kind of like who his owner was. He clearly didn't have one. Maybe he got out, maybe someone just let him out. The vet was saying maybe he had a breeder, because he's Siamese, and maybe the breeder like couldn't really deal with the health issues that he had, because he was having like diarrhea and stuff. So we took him in, and then after that we kind of just claimed him. I knew the first day I named him Teddy. I don't know, he just reminded me of a teddy bear, because he was cute and soft, and I was like, I'm gonna name him Teddy. And my husband agreed, like, that's a good name. So anyway, I think that he came into my life to help cheer me up, because a month after we found him, I kept getting this achy feeling in my leg, in my right leg, near my knee. And my husband and I used to take walks every evening. Like, that was our thing. That was our way to talk and just talk about our day and all that. It was nice. But I started to not really be able to go on these walks anymore, because one night I came home and I had this super sharp pain in my leg, and I was like, what is this? So I'm just kind of feeling around, excuse me, and I noticed this lump. It's very flat, very movable. And my immediate thought is, oh my gosh, I have cancer. Like, this is cancer. Because I tend to think the worst and worry a lot. So I immediately make an appointment with my doctor. I go in and they take an x-ray, and the x-ray comes back fine. Like, they don't see anything. So they're like, well, we'll give you this anti-inflammatory gel. So they did, and that doesn't do anything. Doesn't make it any smaller or anything. And I knew that it wasn't like inflamed. I knew there was definitely a noticeable lump there. So I find an orthopedic doctor to go to, and they did an x-ray. X-ray's fine. So he was like, okay, we're going to do an MRI, since it's kind of in the soft tissue area. An x-ray is kind of more so for bones. So I go in for the MRI, and the MRI comes back fine. And I'm just like, this doesn't make sense. So the orthopedic surgeon was like, it's just inflammation. Like, it's, there's nothing more I can do. So I was like, I left the doctor feeling very, upset. So I find an orthopedic oncologist. I asked for a referral, because I wanted that second opinion, because everybody needs that from time to time. And, I go in, they look at the MRI, they're like, we don't see anything. So I make it a point to have them specifically feel exactly where it's at. I'm like, feel right here. And they're like, oh, so you're not crazy. Like, there's something there. And he's like, okay, it's no big deal. I can take it out and biopsy it. It's most likely benign, so don't worry. But of course, I worry. I'm like, I've been out of work, I'm hurting, I can't work, because it was pressing, it was like right above my knee, and it was pressing on a nerve, I think, or something. So it made it impossible for me. For a few months, it was just excruciating pain. And, I was going to go back to work before, the surgery. But I was like, my husband and I discussed it. And we're like, there's not really much point because you're about to have this surgery, because after the surgery, I was hurting for a while. Like, I couldn't put on jeans because the incision. Um, but yeah, so ended up scheduling the surgery a couple of times because insurance wasn't approving it because they were basing it off the MRI, and the MRI showed nothing. And the reason was for that, the doctor said, was because the lump might have been the same density, kind of because it was flat. It might have been the same density as like my tissue and muscle and everything. So I didn't end up getting the surgery until February. I'm glad I got it before all of this quarantine thing and everything shutting down because they probably wouldn't have done it. Um, and they biopsy it. The results took like 2 weeks to come back, so there's that long waiting period. And it was benign. It was a lipoma, which is basically like a fatty tumor. And I'm like, I thought like older people tend to get that, but I found out that it's genetic and or it just happens. So thankfully it was benign. But anyway, I'm definitely recovered now. My incision is better. But Teddy, he if it hadn't been for Teddy, if it hadn't been for finding Teddy, I feel like I might have been like worse feeling because I was very, very depressed. And he was kind of that companion for me. And don't get me wrong, my 3 other cats are too. But he can just sense my emotions. He can just tell, like, when I'm sad or just he's there, And sometimes when I'm having a really bad day, like I woke up earlier and before my husband went to sleep because our sleep schedules are different. I'm out of work, but I'm keeping the same sleep schedule so I don't, kind of mess my body up. So anyway, I woke up and I just felt really depressed and kind of irritable. And for the longest time, I had been on medication for my disorder, but that all the medications are the same. They kind of make me flat and just not able to feel anything, and I don't like that. So I made the decision, me and my husband did. I was like, this is best for me, and he's very supportive. Like whatever I want to do, he's going to support that decision. It wasn't too bad coming off of the medication. So I had switched to night shift, and I started getting really drowsy when I would drive to work, and that's really dangerous. So I was like, I'm going to have to force myself to drink coffee. I hated it at first, hated it. But, after about a week, I was like, I like it. Like, I was addicted. So, yeah, coffee improves my mood. It's actually, I was looking up, like, the benefits of it, and it's actually shown to make people feel less depressed and, just overall better mood quality. And because once I had my coffee earlier this morning, very early this morning, kind of like middle of the night type deal, I felt better, So anyway, I use the coffee as a replacement for medication. I don't know if that makes sense to any of you all. I know some of y'all might be on medicine, and that's totally fine. I personally don't like the side effects of it. And then also, like I was saying, Teddy's there for me. He follows me around. He loves to be where I'm at. He likes to play with me. Like, he's a sweet boy. So yeah, animals have that different kind of impact than humans do on you. And, he's been having some medical issues going on, and I'm hoping that we can get those sorted out. He's definitely better than he was, but they're trying to still figure out kind of what's going on with him, why his tummy's upset so much. So hopefully we can get to the bottom of it, because I don't know what I would do without him. But yeah, so to kind of get a message out, I believe that everything happens for a reason. And, whether or not you guys listen to the whole video or whatnot, just listen to the message of everything does happen for a reason. I mean, I truly believe that. I truly believe that people come into your life for a reason. Animals come into your life for a reason. They're that, they're that companion. And whether or not these people stay or go, they impact you. And it hurts when these people leave, but, that hurt can eventually possibly turn into something good. Because if it weren't for previous exes, leaving me or, just us not getting along, I wouldn't have met my wonderful husband. So I believe everything happens for a reason. And whatever that reason is, it's great. Yeah, so y'all stay safe. And I plan to, I don't know if I'm going to make videos every day. I just kind of wanted to starting out. But it's the kitten's first birthday in a few days on the 29th, so I'm going to try to vlog and tell you about them and introduce you to them, tell you their names and whatnot. My husband might be in the video too if he wants to be. I look forward to that, and I will talk to y'all later. Peace out.